says he didn't know was the chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee in the aftermath of 9/11, Bob Graham, former governor and U.S. Senator from the great state of Florida, and he joins us now from Naples. Senator, what were you told about the EIT program while you were the chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee?
Nothing, Mike. After this program started, there was an attempt made to get as many people in the loop as possible, and my name was mentioned several times as having been briefed about the enhanced interrogation. I asked the CIA and the FBI what were the dates upon which these briefings took place, and they gave me 4 dates. Well, I've had a practice now for almost 40 years of carrying a spiral notebook, and I write, among other things, a list of all the things I do throughout the day. And so I went to my notebooks for the 4 days, and on 3 of the 4 days, there was no briefing held. On the 1 day where there was a briefing, I saw in my notes that there were people at the briefing who were not cleared to a security level that they would have been briefed on a topic as sensitive as enhanced interrogation. So I think that confirmed in my mind that I was never briefed on the use of this new technique by the CIA.
Given what you've learned this week, Senator, about what went on in the aftermath of 9/11, had you received a briefing and had the briefing included all of the details that have now been in the news and in the report, what would Bob Graham have done about it?
Well, I hope what I would have done would have been to strongly object to this. It's against the history and culture of the United States. Our founding fathers felt so strongly about torture that they put it into the Bill of Rights in the United States Constitution, a prohibition on torture. Also, throughout the history of mankind, torture has been thought of as a very unreliable means of getting information, because people will say almost anything in order to stop the suffering that's being inflicted upon them.
You know, and I've heard that this week, and the report states that. I keep saying to myself, I want to give the benefit of the doubt to the CIA employees who were involved in these activities. Surely they must have believed that these techniques were working, because I can't believe that they would have otherwise conducted themselves in this fashion.
Well, they may have, been the good soldier who does what they are directed to do. I don't think the directive for this activity came from the CIA or any other part of the American intelligence community. I believe that it, like a number of other things involving 9/11, came directly from the White House.
Director Brennan on Thursday said that these individuals are patriots. Does Senator Bob Graham agree with that characterization?
I think they are loyal people who have served the country. They have done what they were told to do. I hope, Michael, that this is just the beginning of an opening of many other pieces of information that the American people have a right to know about. There's a major issue now about the release of a long-censured chapter in the 9/11 report, which dealt with who financed 9/11. I think the American people have the right to know who our friends and who our enemies are.
Are you referring to the 28 pages pertaining to the Saudis that, despite the president's pledge to some 9/11 victim family members, has still never seen?
That's a major part, but not all of the information of which I'm aware that relates to the role of foreign governments in supporting the hijackers, which have been systematically withheld from the American people.
You're uniquely qualified to answer this question, having been the chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee. Where information isn't shared between the CIA and the Congress, who's at fault? Is it because colleagues of yours, former colleagues of yours, they frankly didn't want to be in the loop? Or is it that the agency doesn't tell you what they should be telling you?
I think the answer to your question depends upon the specific situation. I think in the issues involving 9/11, including the withholding of information about who supported the hijackers while they were in the United States, and this information relative to interrogation techniques, that it was largely the administration withholding the information that the Congress would have needed to have done an effective job of oversight. You can't oversee what you don't know.
Senator Bob Graham, nice to see you again. Thanks for being back on the program.
Good. Thanks, Michael.
Up next, more trouble